Greetings citizens and welcome to the Sector 5253 podcast.
Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of the Sector Podcast. I'm your host, WEEVY Lockdown JACOBS. So let's talk about these so-called imminent lockdowns, shall we? Because that's what everyone else in the truthful community seems to be talking about. So the story first came to light last week on InfoWars. You'll probably know Alex Jones warning us about the imminent return of lockdowns. Because according to him, he was given this information by a TSA whistleblower, March 1st, then COVID restrictions, then come December sometime, he reckons we're going to be going into full-blown lockdown. Well, isn't that interesting, Mr. Jones? Okay, well, I'm going to roll an intro clip for you. You all would have heard it by now. I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to give you, I'm going to tell you what I think is going on. All right, let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got a call yesterday. An individual was in town, and they wanted to meet with me that I know well, and they are a high-level manager in the TSA. And I went and met with them, and had a cup of coffee with them, and they said, you got to warn people. Tuesday, we got called in, the managers, and told that by the middle of September, that the new policy's being written, that this is done. They were told this is happening. This is not hypothetical. You will all have to wear masks again, and so will airport employees. Then, by the middle of October, they are going to say that everyone flying has to wear a mask. And in the meetings, people began to ask them, well, I mean, why is this happening? They said, well, because of the new variant in Canada, and because of the WHO, they may, declare this, but regardless, we've been told this is going to happen. And then they were told, we expect by December a return to the full COVID protocol of 2020-2021. And I was given many more details. I wrote down notes on it. Then I left. Called the first federal connection that I was thinking of. Didn't answer. Called the second. Answered. Told them what I've been told, and they said, what day was that? I said, Tuesday. They said, yep, we were told yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday, so it was Wednesday. Expect COVID protocols to begin rolling out middle of September. And I said, what else were you told? Basically that they believe this new variant's super bad and that they're doing the testing and that they should just get ready for a whole new rollout of what happened before. And this was Border Patrol connected people I was talking to, and testing at the border again and the whole shooting match. That's two federal agents that told me this yesterday. And then I went and looked at the news, and there they were saying Canada's looking at new restrictions again because of the variant, and so is the EU. And what did the Russians just put out 3 days ago? U.S. is plotting another pandemic. Russian head of the defense ministry warns. Now, new lockdowns will starve the third world. New lockdowns will destroy small businesses. New lockdowns will take the average person that's already $5,000 in the hole and their paycheck is just on time. We'll put them into full bankruptcy. And the children in the mask and the attempt to push a new shot for the new variant, and we're right back in the same hellhole we were in just a few years ago. And why is it perfect timing? Because you go into the election year, they had the last crisis go over 2.5 years. They'll bare minimum run this through the next election. It's only 14, 15 months out with mail-in ballots again. And we have all the eyewitnesses and testimony that they'd get the mail-in ballots, and in some cases they were 99% for Joe Biden. Who believes that? U.S. Postal Service whistleblowers, USPS, poll-watching witnesses. I have it all here. We'll play it next hour. We do not have to sit here and take the same criminal UN, global, WEF, New World Order regimes' second rollout of lockdowns and attempts at forced injections and travel restrictions and being told you're not essential. We don't have to lay down and die. And for the third world, they'll lock them down again under IMF World Bank control. It is a literal death sentence. They estimate over 80 million people starved to death the last 3.5 years because
A video from Alex Jones has gone viral. He says that he spoke with a TSA whistleblower and that COVID lockdowns will be coming back soon.
The memo has been sent out. They are going to try to lock down the country again. This is about control. It's part.
What's creepy about this sudden everywhere narrative that there's a new variant in town? It's not your...
Now let me just wrap up by saying, pay attention to this stuff and get prepared, because maybe Alex Jones is right once again. He was right.
They have a timeline, and they have markers on it. And so this is exactly what's happening. Yep. Especially into
just
what
in
you
time
just
for
said,
the election.
The election. Yep.
Yep.
And now they're going to try to lock you down again just in time for the election. Play cut 5.
COVID is making a comeback this summer, so many of us would like to leave it in the past, but cases are once again on the rise. So when will new booster shots roll out?
What's behind this uptick in COVID that we're seeing?
The main driver of this is a variant that's relatively newer to the scene, EG5. It's easier to give and get, so that makes it kind of easier to pass along.
The new COVID booster is expected to be approved by the FDA, and then we will make recommendations from the CDC probably by the second or third week of September. Will it protect against this new strain? Yes. The booster is tailored to what we are seeing circulating now. We likely will see this as an annual COVID shot, just like the flu shot.
These people are such liars. They should have said
From Inside Paper, traveler from Japan tests positive for the new COVID variant BA.286 in Virginia, the second case of the new variant in the United States. Here we go. Hollywood Reporter goes on to say, the variety has caused an apparent boost in cases, yet experts also said this Omicron descendant variant, which has been spreading domestically since April, has thus far shown to be no more of a cause for concern than previous variants, according to reporting by the New York Times. The new variety isn't expected to cause a major wave akin to the first Omicron outbreak. Last May, the film industry relaxed kits. Some of the contracts, which are traceable by the federal government's spending database, are even scheduled to begin in future months, such as October and December. The DoD, for example, gave Hologic Sales and Services a $1.5 million contract beginning on October 1st. What is this? USspending.gov. We have a document here. Set to conclude in May of 2024. The federal database reveals Hologic COVID testing services in support of the Department of Pathology at Madigan Army Medical Center in Tacoma, Washington. I'm going to pause right here and be skeptical. First,
Australians are falling behind on their COVID booster shots despite warnings of a possible COVID wave in late spring. More than 80% of vaccinated adults haven't received a booster in the past 6 months. One booster shot is recommended this calendar year, with new bivalent vaccines providing greater protection against serious illness.
Okay. So the suggestion of a lockdown in America, propagated by Alex Jones and his anonymous TSA whistleblower, has raised concerns about potential global implications and the need for a coordinated international response. However, the idea of an imminent lockdown based on a new variant of the weakened COVID-19 virus is unfounded. The credibility of the anonymous source is questionable, and the revelation appears to be a strategic move to generate attention and promote the InfoWars brand. COVID-19 and its variants are no longer a concern, as ivermectin is now widely available and effective. The vaccines did not achieve their intended purpose and instead caused harm. People are angry about the recent coercion surrounding vaccination. Awareness of the criminality behind the pandemic hoax has increased significantly. State of emergency powers have been revoked and social infrastructure has been dismantled due to civil unrest. There are no plans to reinstate these measures, even in the face of a new COVID variant in September 2023. The current topic of conversation is the looming lockdown, which is primarily being discussed due to the information provided by Alex Jones and InfoWars. This has resulted in a significant focus on Alex Jones, which can be seen as a clever marketing strategy for a questionable source of information. It is worth considering that this situation could potentially be a CIA PSYOP designed to monitor and analyze online discussions and public sentiment surrounding the leaked information.
So all you Israel haters, you bought into mainly a bunch of globalist, Soros, left-wing garbage that's super popular with all the SJWs. They all hate Israel. Linda Sarsour's their religious leader, and then you got all the white supremacists and Nazis running around hating Benjamin Netanyahu too. You don't know the facts, the players, you don't know anything. I've told you 1,000 times. The whole situation with Israel is very fluid with different players, just like us. And again, I'm proud to defend Netanyahu. He's got his own problems. He's done corrupt stuff, all sorts of things in wars and deals, and even worked, in the fight with Syria, and I thought that was wrong. But he's under attack by the globalists. He's under attack by Soros. That means the Rothschilds, because they want Israel for their grand design, and they want to break it up. Just like they want to break up America, just like they want to break up Spain, like they want to break up Japan. They want to break all our countries up to dominate us, and I'm sick of it. It's evil. So all the crazy people that hate Jews and make it their religion to hate them on the left and right, celebrating Netanyahu or Trump getting in trouble, you're idiots.
So I guess what I'm trying to get at here is, why is everybody getting so worked up over information that began with Alex Jones? We know Alex Jones is controlled opposition, and he's at the top. The very top. He's an intelligence asset. He's an agent. It's his job to lead us astray. And I found some really great stuff. I found a thread that I want to read out to you guys. And this is, if this doesn't change people's opinions, then I think there's not much hope for us. So, Twitter user Cody Cross, at Chadash22. Cody has posted this thread in the last couple of days, actually, and it's titled, Alex Jones is a Satanist intelligence operative working for the elites. Okay, first he said, let's start with the family ties. His father, David Jones, and his uncle, William Biff Forrest. So his father, David, was a CIA dentist / scientist. Cannot make this stuff up. He even said so himself. His uncle Biff, William Biff Forrest Hammond Jones, revealed that his uncle had helped politicians smuggle children from orphanages. Alex Jones revealed that that's what his uncle did. His uncle had helped politicians smuggle children from orphanages. What the hell? And in 2016, a Freedom of Information request was sent requesting specific registration of N numbers to process the flight and incident data portion. It was denied. Alex Jones' parents, David Jones and Carol Hammond, have been employed by the CIA in the past. Alex Jones' deceased uncle Bill Hammond was employed by the CIA and the U.S. Army Special Forces. Alex Jones' cousin, Verna Grace Chao, is currently employed as a CIA contractor by Dell. Okay, Alex Jones' other cousin, Buckley Hammond, was one of the original founders of InfoWars in 1995. Alex Jones' father testified in court saying that in part that he has made millions of dollars over the past several years creating front companies that contract business with InfoWars. Alex Jones' mother testified in court on Friday, April 21st, 2022, saying in part that InfoWars is a family business and that she and Alex Jones' father are both heavily involved in all aspects of the InfoWars operation. Since Alex Jones has already stated in the past that both of his parents were and are CIA operatives, this recent mission from Alex Jones' parents constitute a direct evidence that InfoWars is a covert US government intelligence operation. Now, you want to see some other CIA government assets employed by Jones. Alex Jones employs a Jewish attorney named Elizabeth Morgan, who is also employed by Holly Lev Bronfman, the sister of Edgar Bronfman Jr. Thus, there are only 2 degrees of separation between Alex Jones and the Bronfman family, one of the wealthiest and most influential Jewish Zionist families in North America. Now here's where things get really interesting. Alex Jones' employee, Molly Maroney, the managing editor of InfoWars magazine, is a former intern for Stratfor, a private intelligence agency based in Austin, Texas, which has been linked to the CIA and the Mossad. The founder and CEO of Stratfor is the Zionist Jew George Friedman. And a quick wiki search of Stratfor describes it as this: Strategic Forecasting Incorporated, commonly known as Stratfor, is an American strategic intelligence publishing company founded in 1996. Stratfor's business model is to provide individual and enterprise subscriptions to Stratfor Worldview, its online publication, and to perform intelligence gathering for corporate clients. The focus of Stratfor's content is security issues and analyzing geopolitical risk. So that means there's only 2 degrees of separation between Alex Jones and Stratfor. Are you convinced yet? All right, let me go on. The city of Austin, in the capital of Texas and home to both Stratfor and Alex Jones. The city also boasts other political intelligence operatives, namely Karl Rove, top Republican strategist, Stephen Jackson, founder of the Illuminati card game, Jeremy Green, founder of Rock the Vote, and Salona Bonewald, founder of the League of Technical Voters. So Stratfor was founded in 1996 in Austin, Texas by George Friedman. Alex Jones's career was also founded in 1996 when he began his radio career with a public access television cable TV program. Alex Jones and his team of reporters, writers, producers, and routinely schedule hosts and quote former and current intelligence officials such as Dr. Steve Pieczenik, Wayne Madsen, Steve Pieczenik from the DoD, Wayne Madsen, NSA, Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Schaefer, Senior Fellow of the Center for Advanced Defense Studies, David McMichael, CIA, Ray McGovern, CIA, and James Wesley rules Army Intelligence. just to name a few. These intelligence operatives provide Alex Jones's listeners with unique insights into political, economic, and military developments. Now, according to Stratfor, the company's publicity list includes Fortune 500 companies and the international government agencies, although their client list is allegedly confidential. Like Stratfor, Alex Jones's publicity list includes celebs like Charlie Sheen, Willie Nelson, Jesse Ventura, and Joe Rogan, as well as a number of other elite individuals within government, intelligence, Hollywood, and the corporate world. How and why Jones is so deeply connected to the elite, despite being a conspiracy theorist, is a mystery and quite baffling unless he is indeed part of an intelligence network. Come on. And this leads to the simple truth. Alex runs a deep state propaganda machine and is fed info for his role. Now, the CIA knew full well that people were waking up, and so they created a voice for them to turn to. And after they realised that they were being fed lies and propaganda, Alex Jones was being provided sufficient amount of information to entertain the awakening masses and have them believe that Jones has all the answers. This is why he persistently interrupts and talks over callers and other guests. The US government has a long history of using deception and propaganda to control and manipulate the public. Alex Jones's involvement in this is just another example. He was chosen by the CIA and through bloodline and birth likely to control this narrative and make it easier for people to believe what he says. There's a link here that leads to a blog which is called The Alex Jones Illuminati High Royal Bloodline, and it goes all the way back. His entire bloodline. And I guess this next clip kind of, I guess you can say, confirms that. Just listen in, and Alex Jones will tell you exactly where he comes from.
Say that I have major Masonic roots. I have never been part of a Masonic lodge. I've never taken Masonic oaths or rituals. A lot of my family, because Texas was pretty much Masonic through and through, was Masonic, high-level Masonic. So it's the old-time religion. And all it is a university study of religions, of philosophy, and of building, and of mathematics, and of agrarian systems, because they didn't just bring anybody in to teach them the knowledge of warfare, the knowledge of science, the knowledge of culture. Universities were called mystery schools going back to Egypt, basically. And so what you see as Masons today is just those schools going on, and there have been hundreds of different variants and groups and Rosicrucian orders within the Masons, and the Illuminati, founded in Germany, was a counter-Illuminati to the real Illuminati that would just called itself the Enlightenment, and then in Latin Illuminati, but it didn't call itself. Sir Francis Bacon, all of that, hundreds of years before the Jesuit priest Adam Weishaupt. The modern Illuminati was a Catholic spinoff in an attempt to take over the Illuminati and the Rosicrucians. And yes, undoubtedly, my family on both sides on the Mayflower, hardcore Protestants, you could say Rosicrucians. This country was founded by real Rosicrucians, not the Rosicrucians you see out there today. And so, undoubtedly, if you want to say it, I mean, I would say I come out of a classical Enlightenment family of what you would call real Illuminati, real Enlightenment. And I'll just say it here. Everybody asks me who I am, I'll tell you.
Okay, Sector Crew, I am going to wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm your host, Lockdown WEEVY JACOBS. This is the Sector Podcast.
If you do enjoy what we do here, then by all means download the Spreaker Podcast Listener app and make yourself your own profile, and once you've done that, subscribe or follow the Sector Podcast so you are able to be notified every time there's a new episode. There are features within the Spreaker app that can only be utilized by you if you have your own profile.